for today's practice, we can close our eyes. First relax the body, relaxing the mind. And remembering that the Buddha frequently instructed his disciples to develop the perception of impermanence, anicca sanya. In what way can one explore, can one develop the perception of impermanence? It can be done both in a more contemplative way, a reflective way, or in a more experiential way. And both are legitimate. A contemplative way would be to ask oneself, what are the kind of things in my life that are impermanent? Which is probably more or less everything. But let us look a bit closer. How about the house, the apartment? It's changing. It's decaying gradually, slowly. And eventually, houses disappear. If we go to typing down, how many houses do you find that are 100, 200, 500 years old? 1,000 years old? Where are all those buildings? Impermanent. They're gone. All the cups that we used, where are all they? Yes, every now and then an ancient cup may have been found or maintained, but 99% have ceased to be, have transformed into something else. The clay becomes earth again, or dust. Glass breaks. It's of the nature to change, to cease. Flowers, trees, humans. Where are the people that lived 100 years ago, 150 years ago? We cannot see them anymore. They too are impermanent. How about ourselves? Who of us will be around 100 years later from now? Maybe nobody. Our body too is impermanent. Even our views, our ideas, our plans. When we were small, when we were children or youth, we may have had certain plans for the future, certain views about life. But some of those views, some of those plans, or many of them, we may not hold anymore these days. Our views have changed. Our plans have changed. They are impermanent. Even people whom we know for a long time, family or a close friend, they may still be around. But is it really the same person as 30 years ago, 40 years ago? Maybe to some degree, some elements might still be found, and others may have changed or disappeared. Personality, character traits are fluent, depending on causes and conditions, impermanent, both in others as well as in ourselves. Nothing to hold on to. Just a look into the mirror will give us a clear sign of impermanence. Comparing the mirror image, maybe with a photograph or picture taken 20 years ago, 30 or 40 years ago. Sometimes it can be hard to even find the similarities anymore. A school friend from primary school might not even recognize you anymore. Body is changing, impermanent. Not just over the years, but from moment to moment. Bodily processes are changing constantly. The breath, breathing in, and at some point you may really want to breathe out. The in-breath is over. It ceases, and the out-breath starts. That too ceases, and a new thing comes, another in-breath, and so on. Observing the breath changing from moment to moment. This is now a more direct way of seeing impermanence. It doesn't require any contemplation anymore. It's a direct seeing of the changing nature of the breath from moment to moment. Sensations in the body. Whatever sensation we are aware. Maybe the sensations around the eyes or in the hands. Look closely. How does it feel? Is it one constant sensation? Or can you see its changing nature? Maybe it moves a little bit, left and right. Or the intensity might change slightly from moment to moment. Oh, it's anicca, changing, transient. Or if you feel a little bit the breeze of the air as it touches our skin, even that is not the same constantly. The sounds we notice. A car driving by. The sound, the frequency is constantly changing. The birds chirping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. And it's not just the external objects that are changing. With the change of these objects, our perceptions too change all the time. When we notice a car driving by, there's the perception, car. But when we notice the bird, there's the perception, bird. The perception, car, has gone, disappeared. Then the mind thinks of something completely different. Again, a new perception. So we can be aware of the changing nature of perception almost all the time. Try. With the changing nature of perceptions, our intentions, our volitions also change. If there's a sound that the mind evaluates as nice, likable, I want to hear more of it. Let me listen closely. If there is a sound that the mind evaluates as undesirable, I don't want to hear it. Want to get rid of it. So the intention of wanting to hear, not wanting, is changing. At first, there was an intention to come to Dims and to sit down. That intention has been fulfilled, accomplished. It's not active anymore. Intentions change and cease, either because they have been accomplished or because some other intentions come along. Either way, they are impermanent. Noticing in this way, this constant change of phenomena, the mind realizes there's nothing I can really hold on to. I can preserve what it would be worthwhile clinging to. Because if it all changes and they cling to it would be futile, useless, a cause of suffering. So therefore, let me release, let go, abandon all types of attachment and clinging. Wanting nothing. Desiring nothing. Rejecting nothing. But being completely at ease and peace. Being equanimous. Being okay with the constant change that is happening in the body, in the mind, external things. That's fine. Just nature. Letting go. Noticing and enjoying the sense of peace that comes when the mind desires nothing. Not because it has obtained everything, but because it has learned, it has recognized that nothing is worth clinging. Therefore, letting go. At peace. Breathing out, letting go. We are slowly coming to an end of this meditation and come back to normal. So this is one way of how we can explore impermanence, as we did in the beginning, either in a more contemplative nature, reflective nature, or in a more direct, seeing, experiencing nature. And both modes are valid and important. So sometimes you might start out with one and transition to the other, or vice versa. So conditioned phenomena are supposed to be viewed, investigated, and distinctly seen. That's the definition of vipassana. So viewing is part of it. There's a perspective taking. But also investigation. Is it really like this? How is it? And sometimes it's just bare seeing, bare noticing. I offer that for your reflection.